USA Wrestling has seen unprecedented success in recent years. The talent is as rich as it's ever been. Many of today's stars are already legends. For the first time ever, FloWrestling is counting down the top 100 American wrestlers of all time. To help us in this journey, we're visiting the greatest wrestling museums in the country. Where does your favorite wrestler land? Tune in each week as we get to number 1. Wayne Wells has plenty of wrestling credentials, a 2-time NCAA Finals and an NCAA champion for the Oklahoma Sooners, a 2-time Olympian, a 3-time World and Olympic medalist, the first person in the United States to win a World and Olympic title.
He won a 1972 Olympic gold medal in Munich as he was going to law school. Who wins an Olympic gold medal and before that passes his bar exam? Wayne Wells is the guy that did that.
But maybe more distinguished, he was the first ever Nike signature athlete in any sport, and Wayne Wells was the first person to have his own wrestling shoe. Wayne Wells will go down as an American wrestling icon. Jaden Cox. They call him the Matrix, and if you've ever seen him move around the mat, you'll understand why, because he has some out-of-this-world movements. If you go back and look at him coming into college, I don't think many people would have predicted the success he's had.
Missouri head coach Brian Smith said, look at the kid in the candy store prior to Jaden Cox going out and winning his first NCAA championship. Cox has kept that childlike enthusiasm his entire career, most notably 2016 Olympic trials, where he was the number 9 seed and made the Olympic team.
He follows that up with a bronze medal at the 2016 Olympics. A year later, he's bronze at the 2017 Worlds before going back-to-back world titles in 2018 and 2019. And if we look back to his first 2 teams, Jaden Cox beat Kyle Dake and David Taylor in epic 3-match series. He has since tacked on a bronze medal in 2021, making Jaden Cox one of the greatest Americans to ever do it. Coming in next on this list is TMS. That's Tamira Menastock.
Everyone loves Tamira Menastock. Maybe that's why she gave the heart sign after she won every match at the 2021 Olympic Games. And maybe that's why she's such a big hugger. She loves to hug everyone. But enter a match with Tamira Menastock at your own peril. She's one of the most vicious competitors of all time. Great takedowns, and it started at Wayland Baptist, 2-time WCWA champion, and it has translated to one of the best international careers.
Back in 2016, she won the Olympic trials, but wasn't able to qualify the weight for the United States. 2017, she finally made it onto the world team, but fell short of making a medal. In 2018, Tamira won a bronze medal. In 2019, she had confidence oozing, and she was a world gold medalist. And in 2021, all the confidence in the world brought her an Olympic gold medal.
Just the second woman from the United States to win an Olympic gold medal in women's freestyle wrestling.
All told, she has 2 gold medals, 2 bronze medals, a boatload of confidence, is one of the all-time greatest karaoke singers, and one of the best in USA Wrestling history.
Randal Gardner had a nice college career. He placed 3rd at the Junior College Nationals as a freshman, then won it as a sophomore. Went to Nebraska and placed 4th at the 1993 NCAA Championships.
But Greco-Roman is where he made his money. And of course, he is most well known for his 2000 Olympic gold medal. But it's not just winning the Olympic gold medal, it's who he beat. Alexander Karelin was the Russian 12-time world and Olympic champion, undefeated for 12 years prior to this. And this was the last match of his entire career. Gardner goes on to beat him in an improbable feat that sent him into superstardom.
But that may not be his greatest accomplishment. To prove it wasn't a fluke, the next year he came back to the World Championships and was down against the hand-picked Russian opponent that they thought would take Gardner down. He was down late in the match, came back and got the fall, eventually winning the World Championship. Randal Gardner is the only American to win a World Championship and an Olympic gold medal in Greco-Roman,
making him the greatest American Greco-Roman wrestler in history. Tom Brands has won just about everything there is to win in the sport of wrestling. Just a one-time state champion, he wasn't necessarily destined for greatness. His time inside the Iowa wrestling room under the tutelage of Dan Gable transformed him into a hand-fighting killer. His brute physicality and unrelenting pace and pressure made him a nightmare for opponents to deal with. And it packed Carver Hawkeye with fans on Friday nights just hoping to catch a glimpse.
The critics said that Tom Brands had a style that wouldn't translate to success at the international level. And as always, Tom Brands proved the critics wrong. Right out of college, he went to the 1993 World Championships and beat Lazaro Reynoso in the World Championship Finals. Lazaro Reynoso is the only wrestler to beat John Smith twice. Fast forward to the 1996 Olympic Games, he goes undefeated, 4-0, surrenders 1 point during the entire Olympic Games. Where does Tom Brands fit in the scope of wrestling? Well, let's put it in perspective. All of the great wrestlers at the University of Iowa, Tom Brands is the only wrestler to go undefeated at a fully contested Olympic Games. Also one of 3 wrestlers to win a world title, an Olympic gold medal, and 3 NCAA championships. Tom Brands proved the critics wrong and earned his spot in the top 100.
The Magic Man, David Taylor. Why do they call him the Magic Man? Well, if you've ever seen him wrestle, you'll understand why. He can make up magic tricks on the spot. He is in your face. He sets a high pace and he attacks seemingly non-stop.
David Taylor is magic. How else can you explain what happened at the 2012 NCAA Championships when David Taylor was a sophomore at Penn State? 5 matches, 4 falls for the first 4 matches, and then the finals, 22-7 technical fall. It's the most points scored in an NCAA Championship Finals match in college wrestling history, and may be the most dominant run for a wrestler at the Division I NCAA Championships.
Sustained excellence is something that David Taylor encapsulates. From a young age till the senior level, he has won just about everything. 4 high school state titles, 2 NCAA titles, 2 Hodge trophies, 4 NCAA team titles at Penn State. And he moved up to the senior level and he was stuck behind Jordan Burroughs. But he put mass and size onto his body, grew into an 86-kilo wrestler, made the world team, and won the world championships. He won a gold medal at the 2021 Olympic Games, tacked on a silver medal at the World Championships, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest American wrestlers of all time. All right, we are moving up now to the upper echelon of this top 100 countdown. We're featuring Kevin Jackson. He was a 3-time world and Olympic champion, but never won the big dance, never an NCAA champion, and is actually a 3-time All-American for, ready for it? Louisiana State University. That's right, LSU used to have a team, actually got dropped while Jackson was in college. After those first 3 years as an All-American, he took a red shirt.
Then he was part of the Iowa State Cyclones in 1987 and part of the most recent NCAA team championship for the Iowa State Cyclones. Finished second at the 1987 tournament, and he did not get over that loss until he won the 1991 World Championships in Varna, Bulgaria. Followed that up with a gold medal at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, made 2 more world teams, then made his 3rd World or Olympic Championship in 1995.
From 1991 to 1995, he ruled the United States, making every single world and Olympic team during that time.
Of any wrestler that went to an Iowa college, Kevin Jackson has the most world and Olympic gold medals.
Mark Schultz, the California native, started his college wrestling career at UCLA. They, of course, dropped their program. He transferred to Norman, Oklahoma to be a Sooner.
For college wrestling fans, they'll probably remember his epic showdown with defending 2-time NCAA champion Ed Bannock from the University of Iowa at 177 pounds. The two were locked in a battle until Schultz pulled away late and won 16-8, and both went on to win Olympic gold medals in 1984.
Tacking on 2 world titles beyond that, he became the first American to win 3 NCAA and 3 world and Olympic titles, and his style of wrestling on the mat was brutal. He is famously known for getting disqualified in the 1984 Olympics for breaking the Turk's arm. He and his brother Dave had no mercy against any of their opponents ever.
Anyone who met Dave Schultz will have a Dave Schultz story, and that shows you the lasting impact Schultz had on wrestling and beyond.
There's so much we can say about Dave Schultz. We'll start with his wrestling accomplishment, an NCAA champion for Oklahoma, but man, his longevity on the senior level was so impressive.
His international wrestling story starts in 1982, where he couldn't beat out Lee Kemp. So what does he do? He moves up a full weight class and wins a bronze medal at the 1982 World Championships at 82 kilograms. Made the team going back down to his natural weight in 1983, wins the World Championship at the 1984 Olympic Games. Had a big gap between 1988 and 1992 where Kenny Monday essentially had the spot. Schultz came roaring back in 1993, winning a world silver medal, and was part of the very first World Team Championship for the United States in men's freestyle wrestling.
Wrestling was kind of just where it started. He was a man beloved by so many. He was charismatic. He learned how to speak Russian. He got along with everyone. He had friends all across the world, but when you stepped on the mat with him, Schultz was a beast. And of course, we all know the story. His life was cut short, but the legend of Dave Schultz will live on forever.
Kenny Monday could do it all, and he won it all. Kenny Monday was slick. He had leg shots. He had lateral drops. He had fireman's carry. Whatever he wanted to do on a mat, it was always Monday night.
Kenny Monday has won just about everything that there is to win in the sport of wrestling. A four-time undefeated high school state champion from Oklahoma. He went on to Oklahoma State and won an NCAA title before bursting onto the world and Olympic scene at 74 kilos. 74 kilos has been one of the most successful weights for the United States of America, and Kenny Monday, one of the most successful at that weight class for the United States of America. 2 world and Olympic gold medals, 2 world and Olympic silver medals,
and won the famed Tbilisi tournament in the Soviet Union. No wonder the Soviets nicknamed him the Puma. Kenny Monday laid the groundwork for future black wrestlers by becoming the first black wrestler in the world to win an Olympic gold medal in wrestling.
That's it for this round. Stay tuned next week to see who makes the cut.